Hello, and welcome to the First Canada Youth Council series, Challenging Microaggressions.
The purpose of this series is to highlight common instances of microaggressions that people may not notice or choose to ignore.
A microaggression is an indirect, subtle, or unintentional discrimination against a person and or group.
We hope that you take the time to watch this scenario and consider how you can be a better ally in your everyday life.
Hey everyone, we have now arrived at our first competition this season. Can the Loden team please make their way off the bus? Also, we're gonna need one more person to help.
I can help.
Don't worry, I got this.
Hey, if you're not too busy, could you drill out the broken gusset on the drivetrain?
No worries. Let me grab the drill.
Don't even stress, I'll handle this for you.
Quick update, we finally finished testing the Limelight. Could someone help me lift the robot back onto the cart so we can get back to the pits?
Of course, I can help.
Are you sure you can lift it? You can start to pack up, I'll do it.
Oh, come on.
Hi, and welcome to the behind-the-scenes portion of episode 1 of the series, Challenging Microaggressions. My name is Cyrus, and I am one of the creators, along with one of the voice actors in this series.
My name's Adalia. I'm another one of the creators, as well as another voice actor in this episode.
Hi, my name's Aidan. I'm one of the voice actors in the episode.
And my name is Param, and I'm also playing one of the characters.
Yeah. So we wanted to do a behind-the-scenes portion of this episode. The specific scenario in this episode was making assumptions about someone's ability based on a stereotype or a bias. An example of this may be thinking that being small equals being weak, being a girl means that they can't do everything a boy does, or something around age, height, build, race, etc., meaning that they can't do something another person can do.
Yeah, those are some of the really big reasons of why we really wanted to create a video to talk about this, right? And along with that, some of the other reasons why we wanted to make this video was that it's so common and it's so quick to see comments like this made. And what makes that so horrible, the reason why it's so horrible that it is so common and so quick, is that now that makes it even easier to overlook these comments, right? And it's hard to see when they're happening and who it's happening to.
Yeah, I totally agree. And so that's kind of why we wanted to make this behind the scenes portion of the video. We wanted to shed light on the character's mentality or possible mentalities throughout the video, as well as what each character would want to change to make the situation better and be a better ally. So I guess we'll jump right in. Aidan, what do you think your character might have been thinking throughout the video?
I think there's many different perspectives my character could have taken. I think one of the first perspectives could be they're very enthusiastic about robotics and they want to do everything for the team, though unknowingly they're taking a job over from someone else without even thinking about how that person feels. Another perspective is they could genuinely believe Adalia is having trouble with the jobs and is taking over because they believe that Adalia wasn't able to complete them. I personally, when I was reading the script, felt a bit uncomfortable with the next sort of perspective of how this could have been taken, because I like to think that if I'm ever talking with somebody or like doing a job in robotics, if I ever need help, I'm asking somebody for their skills and I'm not thinking anything about them other than whether or not they can do it based on their skills. And that's the only thing I'm thinking about. Because I think the third perspective that could have been taken on is genuinely the character I was voicing could actually be thinking that Adalia can't do it simply because of her gender or because she's a woman, she doesn't know what she needs to do. And I think that was a very it's a very sad perspective that my character could have been taking on. So yeah.
And like Aidan's character, my character also has multiple perspectives. Both perspectives are kind of negative, as seen throughout the video. She is not happy in the situation. So the first perspective is that she thinks that she is being put down because she is a girl, which is a result of kind of the perspective that Aidan may have been taking. And the second perspective is also that she's kind of being put down, but it's more of she thinks people on the team don't think she's capable. They don't think that she can do the jobs. So rather than just because she is a girl, she thinks that she's being targeted because she doesn't have the skills, they don't think that she can do it, and things like that.
So I think that my character and Cyrus's character had similar mentalities during this. So I guess we'll just interweave these perspectives together. So I think the first one would be, we just simply don't know what's going on. We didn't take the time out to notice that there is a microaggression taking place, and we're just completely oblivious to it. And I think that's something that could happen if you're just simply making a comment like, hey, can someone help me lift this robot? You're in the bustle and hustle of the competition. There's a million things going around you, and it can be sometimes difficult to notice when a problem just sneaks right under your nose.
That's so true, Param. I mean, being on the bus and wanting that extra person for load-in, it's so easy for me to not realize, who put up their hand first, who actually wanted to be doing load-in, right? Because at the end of the day, my goal was to get someone quickly to help with load-in and get that robot loaded in, get our pit set up. It's so quick to not notice what's going on.
Definitely. And I think that another perspective that could have been taken by these characters is that they notice what's going on, but they don't really know what to say, and they don't know how to call out the issue, I suppose. Because once again, when there's such an energetic atmosphere going on and you have a billion things to do, sometimes it's easy to think to oneself that, oh, is this really the right time to approach the issue? Or should I be interjecting when I could be working on the robot, for example? So I think that recognizing when you have an opportunity to help is very important.
Absolutely, that's so true. I think very similar to what I said before, and very similar to what you said as well, you want to go, go, go. You want to get things done quickly. You want to do things as efficiently as possible. And it's so easy to overlook things and not realize what's going on. And also, similar to what you said, sometimes you do notice what's going on, but you don't know what to say. And you don't know how that's going to affect another person or how that might affect people and how they see you.
And I think the final one would be the one that we don't really want to be happening, is that they notice it, but they don't believe it's their job, or they don't think it's a priority to be calling out the issue. They just may think that, oh, this is just a random occurrence that happened. It doesn't need to be addressed. But as we learn from looking at the series, these are things that can have impacts on people, even though they might be easily overlooked.
And that's so, so true. I really have nothing too much to add to that one, just because it's so applicable to every situation in life. As a bystander, when we walk by certain situations, we always try to downplay what's going on and make it seem like, oh, this is just a one-off thing. This is the first time I've seen this. This isn't my place to step in. Someone else is going to deal with it. Yeah. After listening to all these many different perspectives from all these different characters, let's go into how we can actually become a better ally.
So I guess I'll sort of start that one off. So one way my character could have maybe been a better ally is just realizing the amount of work that they were taking on, because in the episode of the series, my character frequently is taking on a lot of the responsibilities, and sharing your responsibilities with your teammates benefits everybody on your team. Everybody gets to learn, and everybody learning on the team gets to help better the team and allow everybody to share your experience. And I think that would have been something that my character could have also done. Also, monitoring social cues, listening to the tone of Adalia's voice, and just seeing after taking over that she was visibly she was not okay with the situation that just happened. And also Param's character saying it's okay, let Adalia do this, she raised her hand first, or it's okay, give Adalia a chance. Just realizing that the character that I was playing had already taken on a lot of responsibility and possibly was taking over for reasons that may not have been very amicable.
Sure. And some changes that my character could have made was first of all, maybe calling out the situation, especially if it's happened once or twice. After it's happened multiple times, it's definitely something that you can go up to the person and say, hey, I don't like how you're doing this, or is there a reason why you keep taking over the jobs, or even that it's making you feel upset or uncomfortable. And just voicing that concern to the person directly could really make a big change. Another thing is reaching out to maybe the bystanders in the situation, so Param's character, Cyrus's character, as well as like a trusted teammate or a trusted mentor, and just talk to them a bit about the situation, maybe get some advice from them, ask them how they would go, like move forward with this, and just help on how to approach the situation.
I feel like my character could have definitely done things to help make the situation better for everyone involved. So I think the first thing that could have been done is recognizing that there is an issue going on, whereas Aidan's character is taking on all the work and is taking over responsibilities that may not exactly have been given to him, and just being overeager or possibly having some less than ideal intents in mind. So I think that one step that could have been taken is letting Adalia's character know that I recognize that her jobs are being taken over, and if she would like any support in any way, or asking what I could have done to help. Because I think something that's really important is you have to know the boundaries of the person who's on the receiving end of the microaggression. And I think that if you talk to them and understand what they're comfortable with and what actions they want to take, it can be very productive. Additionally, I think that approaching Aidan's character about the issue, saying that, oh, I assigned the job to Adalia's character instead, then I think that just recognizing what's going on and just slightly just making that very minute readjustment to the situation could have solved it.
Mm-hmm. Those are some really, really good points, Param. And honestly, I'm going to kind of piggyback off of very similarly to what you said, because I'm a bystander as well. One of the biggest things I could have done, standing in front of that bus, is kind of considered how can I create equal representation of the load-in crew, right? So looking at how many times this person has actually been doing load-in, who I'm actually picking to do load-in, right? And kind of focusing on things like that, rather than, oh, that person's standing up and they're walking towards me, but I guess they want to be on loading crew. So kind of paying attention more to that. And then another thing I could have done to be a better ally in this situation would have been to let Aidan know that, you know what, Adalia actually had her hand up first, and she really should be getting this position because of that. And when we were kind of talking about this before, all four of us, we kind of saw two different ways of combating this, right? So I could have called Aidan out right there in front of the bus. So as he's walking towards me, I could have been like, actually, Aidan, I saw Adalia's hand up first. Adalia, would you like to help with load in? But then I kind of saw that might be putting Aidan, kind of a spotlight on Aidan in front of the bus, in front of everyone else. So another way to kind of tackle that would have been to let both of them come off the bus and then kind of talk to Aidan and be like, you know what, I actually saw Adalia's hand up first, but I didn't want to say that in front of everyone else. You can go back onto the bus. Adalia's going to be helping with load-in, so that I can kind of directly talk with Aidan rather than talking at Aidan in front of other people.
For sure. And all of these points are super amazing and definitely things that could be done to make the situation better. But overall, if literally any one of the characters made a slight change in their behavior and how they approach the situation, the entire scenario would be almost completely different and would be better for everyone involved. So that's kind of to highlight, don't be afraid to step out to maybe take on and tackle one of these microaggressions. So I guess overall, we wanted to recognize Emily, our animator, the first Canada staff, and the first Youth Council, and everyone else who helped to animate the video, edit the scripts, and show their support. We also wanted to thank Param and Aidan for being here to shed your light on how the characters felt throughout the series, and also for being such amazing voice actors.
Absolutely. And finally, I just want to say a big thank you to all of the viewers. And we really hope that you took something away from this episode and will strive to be a better ally in all situations.
Thank you.